be sincere. Humility plays a key part because you are confronting a person who has a very different experience of the world. You don't know it, you can never fully know it, and if you're good in your work in the school and if we're good in our work, we're humble enough to recognize that there's a different experience in the other person's life. Listening. You mentioned languages. I've learned many of them, and the commonality is if you want to communicate, you have not to force the other person to learn your language, but you have to learn their language. And each of these kids up here tonight has their own language, their own way of communicating. And what was evident on the stage was how the teachers are aware of each child's way of communicating themselves with their bodies, with their smiles, with their words, or with their music. And lastly, when all else fails, it's just trying to establish a basic human connection. Very often I'm in a place where I don't know the language, they don't know my language, we can't communicate through those ways, so you just have to find a way of connecting at the basic human level. Sometimes if I'm in the field in China somewhere, it's just sharing a cigarette. I don't smoke, but if somebody offers me a cigarette, that's the gesture, share. Or I'm in a small town in a place and they don't know my language, I don't know theirs, and they invite you to sit and eat. That's the connection. And to be open to the connection and offer the connection. And that's what I saw going on here too. Your kids are often shut off in society, in our society as well. And making that connection can be hard. They're used to being closed in. And so when somebody reaches out and just finds a way to show I'm a human, you're a human, that's when the connection made and you can move forward. So that's, your question was an interesting one. It made me reflect on how we can do our work best. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. I think your point about this heart to heart as a human is so valid. I think with our children, and I think teachers know it best, and the kind of work they do is all actually a heart to heart work. And that's what actually got the show here today. What you saw is only, that's the biggest mode of communication, where touch and the way they interact with each other. Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Mrs. Murphy, my next question is to you. When we actually got your profile, we were, we were really wondering what kind of work and life experiences you have. You've led your life in such a way that, it just speaks volumes of the indefatigable spirit that you have and the courage that you've, shown through these years. How have you grown through these experiences? How has it really, helped you in life?
Well, first of all, can I say it's a privilege to be here. I think I have always dreamed of sitting beside a Gurkha, but hang on a minute, we've a guy here who's even braver than the Gurkhas. I take my hat off to you. Oh, I don't have a hat. But the only thing is, there was something wrong in what you said. You're not 65. You're only 21, like me. All right? But anyway, you all have the most magnificent hearts. But I needed a catalyst to wake me up, to get me going again. But you know what? The wonderful catalyst is here. The catalyst is just sitting along from me. What a privilege it is, an absolute miracle. I thank you from my heart. I'm a nothing. I'm a nothing in this world. I'm a failed vet, hey, ha ha. But you know what? At least I've managed to do something, because I've managed not to give up. And I think that's the answer to my question. Let us all be the different colors of the rainbow. Let us all work together, and let us always create that wonderful magic of light to save the world. I beg you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. In fact, what she's not said is a lot that we've not heard here. She's gone through what she's not said is a lot that we've not heard here. She's gone through very troubled and difficult times, and the never give up that she talked of, I think is what you see here. She represents it fully. And thank you so much for, being here. Swamiji, when we read again about you, you're a very successful businessman in a fashion world, which is extremely practical, very high profile kind of industry. You've had business in European markets and elsewhere. But on the other hand, you lead a very simple and spiritual life. Have you come to crossroads at times? What kind of, stance have you taken at that time? How have you gone about balancing these two ends of business on one, spirituality on the other? Can you just share your views here?
Yes, indeed, I have come across many crossroads, and it's a continuous strings of crossroads. That is what life is all about, and it's all depends how you cross the road. And for this, you have to have an outlook of life. Yes, I am in the fashion business, but this is secondary, actually. First of all, I am a spiritual person, and I am a spiritual person all the time. And time to time, I do some business.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't own anything. I don't have a business, all right? The business belongs to all those who work with us. Also, we share all our revenues, all our income, minus all the expenditures and the income taxes. We share amongst all our employers. That is, 85% of our profits go to all the employers. So, is it mine? No. Even the life I have is not mine. But before I go further, I just wanted to clarify that, So, but before going further, I will say that what I saw was really awesome. And I was deeply touched with that. And I really appreciated the way you have shown how close to nature we have. Okay? Because actually, we are nothing more than nature. The human beings have a tendency to feel that they are at the center of nature, and nature turning around them. No, it's exactly the opposite. All right? Nature is the center, and we are turning around it. Actually, we are part of it. We're not even part of it. We are nature. This is what I learned with the spirituality of Advaita, whereby I'm not more than you, you're not more than me, we are all equal. I'm not more than an ant, and I'm not more than a fly, and the president of whatever republic is not more important than me, and I'm not more important than him or her either. So it's this all-encompassing view of nature, or what we are, that made me continue in doing business. Actually, when I was given Sannyas Diksha, my Guruji told me it is not because you have now, we are becoming a monk, that you have to go and sit in a cave and meditate all the time and wait for the people to feed out of their own labor. No, you have to go back into public and work and give opportunity to many people, and instead of giving a fish to them, like Mao Zedong was saying, I think, give them a boat and an angle to fish with. So this is what we are doing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
In fact, Swamiji, what you said, I think, resonates what today's program talked of. Every human being is same, equal, valuable, no matter how small, no matter how big. That's, I think, it just resonates the message.
Yes.
That was for today's program too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I congratulate you all, including the children. They were the best.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'd also like to ask Vasudha. Vasudha, you're sitting there today. Many of the people in the audience know you very well. But what they may not know is what you think really of and your views on social involvement. What is that stage when people step out of the boundaries that they put for themselves? When they really go out and reach out to others? Where does it begin? Can you just share your views on this?
I think it all starts with the seed of intention. If you have the seed of intention, even from your youth, and then you can slowly water that seed, and you can make sure that it blossoms into something bigger. So we all of us, even animals can take care of their immediate families. Our reach has to be wider after a certain point. I do believe that. And I also believe that the family, yes, you practice love in your family, and then you take that practice and you learn to love a wider world and a larger world. I feel that when you do this, basically it all comes back to you. In anthroposophy, what we've been learning is that up to the age of about 42, you live for yourself and then you get the gifts from the world. Then after a point, then you have to start giving back, and when you give back, that slowly takes you on your destiny. So I think that everybody, even the young people, they don't have to think that, okay, life is for me to enjoy. Yes, you please enjoy, but always have the seed of intention that down the line, I'll do all this, I'll lead my family life, do everything, but eventually I will also think about giving to a larger community. And I do believe that, yes, the family has to be the center of your attention, but it need not be the boundary of your attention. It can extend beyond. So, and I do feel that all of us, we've gone into this work, but we have undergone a lot of growth. So what we think that we're giving back actually comes back to you as a bigger gift, which puts you on your path of destiny. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I think I'm for the risk of repeating what Geeta said earlier in the evening. I'll say that she's been a role model, and we are seeing what she said. All of us are living what she said. When we give back, we're seeing so much more coming to us, so much growth as individuals we've all had. It's simply a lovely journey we've been having. Thanks, Vasudha, for that. And thank you, all of you. I think all of these people deserve just a standing ovation. Can I just request everybody to give them these are people... I now request Mrs. Sundari, our Managing Trustee, to come over and hand over the mementos to our guests. Thank you all very much. I now request Jayanti to render the vote of thanks. Thank you all very much.
Good evening. At the end of any big event like this, our hearts and souls are so full of joy, amazement, and certain feeling of solidarity that suddenly we feel like acknowledging all the people who have contributed to this feeling. It is a phenomenon that we have seen repeatedly at VXL, that when energies are needed to enliven a project, even the universe rains its positive energy in full force. The preparation for this annual day commences at the beginning of the term heads meeting, where an idea is floated. Starting from our managing trustee, Mrs. Sundari, to the last person at VXL, is always ready to support this huge project. First of all, I would like to thank the chief guest of this evening, Major General Ian Cardoso, Chairperson, Rehabilitation Council of India, for having come all the way from New Delhi to attend this function amidst his busy schedule. I thank Mrs. Simpkins and Mr. Brian Dalton from the US Consulate for gracing this occasion. Thank you, Mr. Christian Fabre and Mrs. Amanda Murphy, who have come to attend this function. I take this opportunity to thank Narada Gana Sabha for letting us use this auditorium. I cannot forget to thank the staff members of VXL who poured their creativity without reserve and helped to put together the music, screenplay, story, and dance for this event. The untiring strength of training and getting the children to perform is a feat in itself. We are very happy to thank the parents for partnering with us in this venture and cooperating with us throughout. It is important for me to thank the people who have enlivened the stage with the props, especially the staff of VRC and counseling department. At this juncture, I would like to thank the trainees of the Academy of Teacher Excellence and the coordinator of ATE who have helped us with the ushering, and also the office staff of VXL who helped us in many, many ways to put this event together. Last but not the least, we are very thankful to all the friends, well-wishers, donors, and the whole staff of VXL who have come from far and near to see the show. Thank you once again. I request all of you to stand up for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे काहे तव जय गाता जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद।